How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is fabulous. So, in today's fabulous tutorial, we are going to be making an organizer for our sunglasses. I'm not wearing any sunglasses right now, which I should have been doing that for this video, but I'm not doing that. Maybe on the exit video or outro or whatever that video is called, that when we end the video, maybe I'll have some glasses then. But I have a lot of sunglasses. If you guys wear a lot of sunglasses and you guys don't have nowhere to put these little bad boys, this is a perfect project for you to do. So I hopped my little chubby butt to the Goodwill store. I know, hold on before you continue, Jesse. I know this is not a Halloween project, but we had to throw in this DIY because I had to make this and I didn't want to go ahead and make this without actually videotaping. So what I did was I took my little chubby butt to the thrift shop because I figured, you know, why go and buy a brand new one when you're just going to, you could upcycle one. So we found this frame at the thrift shop, and it's so crazy because it had a regular price right here, which is Bed Bath & Beyond, and they sold it for $39 for this picture. Like, yeah, I wouldn't pay $39 for this picture, but then again, this is just not my style. Maybe that might be a lot of people's style. But anyway, we paid $7 for this little bad boy, and what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and take off this glass and the picture. Just use the frame. We're going to go ahead and paint this little bad boy. I'm not really sure what color I'm going to paint it. See, my bedroom is more like a silver and black. And my headboard is like a tough black leather, which I made myself. And so like my lamps are silver with the gray the gray little shades. And so, so I don't know what color to do this. I don't want to do it black, although I might have to do it black. But then I was also thinking on doing this kind of like a, you know, like a weathered white, like an old rustic white, I guess, like a farmhouse kind of style, even though it won't go in my bedroom. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. We don't know yet. But we are going to go ahead and make this little bad boy and turn it into a sunglass holder. So stay tuned for that, and let's get down and dirty, boo-boos, because I know you want to get down and dirty. And let's go make this little bad boy, and I will see you in a bit. Hola, my little crafty monsters. Let's get down and dirty and make this little bad boy right here. Even after the pandemic, that did not stop. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm so sorry, my little crafty monsters. You know Jesse, he's a little cuckoo off the brain sometimes. This was the supplies that we will be using. We're going to go ahead and just tear off this paper from the back of this frame. I was hoping that, like in the movies, I would take off this little paper and I would find like millions of dollars stuffed in this frame. But with our luck, guys, we did not find a damn dime. So I'm over here just taking off these little staples that are holding this little paper down. And so we're going to go ahead and take this paper off and discover that there is absolutely nothing there. So I was even expecting to find a treasure map to somewhere or something, but obviously there was nothing there. And so we're just going to go ahead and take those off. We're going to go ahead and just clean up the back part, even though a lot of people are not going to ever see the back of this. But, you know, it's just good to take off all the staples and whatnot and all that stuff. So right here, we're just going to go ahead and start removing the staples that hold the picture and the glass together. Just be really careful, guys, that you don't break the wood, because taking off these staples sometimes will take off a little piece of the wood, and you guys don't want to do that because you want everything to be intact. So right here, just go ahead and take those off. Whatever you guys are using, if you're using one that's a frame that already has a picture, or if you're using a frame just by itself with no picture, you probably could skip this part. But anywho, so this we're going to go ahead and just toss it. I'm really not going to save this for anything because I most likely will never reframe that picture. It's just not my colors or not my style in my home. So right here, we're just going to go ahead and use some freezer paper. You guys have seen me use this plenty of times when I'm about to paint. I go ahead and just cover my work area with this freezer paint and this painter's tape to hold this little bad boy down so it does not curl up on me in my project moment. And just go ahead and use whatever it is that you guys want to use to protect your work surface so that you don't get paint on there. You might want to go ahead and use some gloves as well, or whatever it is that makes you happy, my little crafty monsters. This video in the end, it's going to be split in two because we thought we were finished and then we went ahead and we just added more bling to this frame. I will tell you guys right now that after adding the frame, what the heck? This little cat is trying to scratch my frame. Hold on, guys. Hold on. So anyway, you guys will see that at the end I do put more bling onto this, but I'm not really too satisfied. So somewhere along the line, I'm probably just going to go ahead and just take it off. But right here, I'm just going to go ahead and put a light coat of this ink Weatherly chalk paint. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to go ahead and sand some of this off a little bit in certain areas so that you can go ahead and just see the natural silver frame of, of this frame that will kind of peep out. So I'm not going to go ahead and put too much of a heavy coat because, like I said, I want some of that color of the frame to kind of see through this paint, if that makes any sense. I know that this video is not really going to basically pick up that, but just believe me when I tell you guys that it's not, painted completely dark. You can still see a little bit of the shimmer and the shine from the actual frame and the back of this paint. And then once we go ahead and let it dry and then we hit it with the sandpaper, that's just going to go ahead and make it look a lot more kind of weathered, which is basically the look that we are going to do. Now, I could have left this frame like this and then just sandpapered it and, made it look more weathered and stuff like that, which I really wish at this point. Now that I'm seeing it like this again, I wish I would have kept it like that, but no. Jesse wanted to add some bling onto this, so we're going to add some bling. I know, guys, I know. So you guys can go ahead and just paint this one time if you guys are going to go ahead and just make it look like the, weathered look, or you can go ahead and give it about 2 coats to make it really thick. So this is already dried, and right here I'm just going to go ahead and hit it with my sandpaper. Now if you guys see how some of that original frame is actually peeping through once you sand it, that looked really nice, and I probably should have left it at that, but we didn't do that. So Jesse's really kicking his butt right now, if you guys could really tell, because I should have just left it like that. But we went ahead and we added some blings, which the bling is obviously optional. You guys do not have to be adding bling. Some of you guys really don't like bling. I get that. I get it, So this was the part that was kind of out of my sight, so I didn't really paint it, but I just put on a glove and I went ahead and I just rubbed it in there, a light coat, because like I said, it's supposed to look like if it's weathered. So I went ahead and I did that, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove this little mechanism that is for you to hang it, and we're going to go ahead and place that back, but in the opposite direction, in the opposite side, because I want this to be a portrait style frame versus a landscape. So we're going to go ahead and just put that on a portrait side of the frame. So right here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just measure out how far apart I want these little clear strings. Now, I don't know what these are called, but we're using this like clear plastic kind of lace. It's actually, if you guys remember back then when we were younger, this is like for the 80s kids and the 90s kids, we used to make little keychains out of these long strips of plastic lace, and we used to kind of weave them in, and it used to just be like this long little weaved kind of keychain. So basically that's the material that we're using for this. The only thing is that it's clear, and the reason why I wanted it to look clear was because I didn't want you to really see a wire, or the or like any kind of string that we were going to add on this to hold the glasses up there. I wanted it to be completely cleared. So once you have marked, see, this is that little plastic. Now, if you guys are wondering where I purchased this, I did purchase this at Walmart, and they have it in their little, what is it called, the little craft section. So I went ahead and I purchased this, and we're going to go ahead and tie a knot at the very end, and we're going to go ahead and staple that with our staple gun. You will need a staple gun, guys. If you don't have a staple gun, you also could use some the thumbtacks. You'll just need a hammer to kind of like, push that through the wooden frame, depending on, I mean, I recommend you use a wooden frame because that's going to help you. I mean, I wouldn't recommend plastic because punching a hole with your staple gun or even a thumbtack is really not going to work. So in this case, you can use this twine, like I said, or you can use the clear. And so we're going to go ahead and use the clear. I was just showing you guys that you can use so many different medias to hang your glasses. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and just staple these. I do 2 staples, one very close to the knot, and then the other one kind of close to the edge of the frame. That's just for security reasons. Like, you don't have to do that. You could basically just skip that, but that's basically what I'm doing. So I'm making a knot because that knot, once you staple it, it's going to kind of like keep it stretched out. And so I like the way that looked, and so I just staple them twice. What did I do, Jesse? So the spacing in between each one, on the very top, I started off at 1 inch because I wanted it 1 inch away from the top part of the frame, and then after that I went 4 inches every string. Now I know that that's going to be a little bit too close because the sunglasses are a little bit longer than that. But you guys are going to see once I have it up in my wall with the sunglasses, you guys will notice that I don't fill up the whole entire frame. It's not intended to have like a full frame. I mean, like, glasses, because if it did, then you probably only would be able to put like 2 or 3 strings depending on the sizes of your glasses. I have some glasses that are pretty big. They're bigger than my head. So Jesse likes those over exaggerated, oversized glasses to make me look like I'm a superstar, So we have some of those, and so that's the reason why I have them really close, because I'm just going to leave spacing in between some of my glasses so that the other glasses from the other string will kind of like fall. You guys will see. But just have in mind that if you do have a lot of sunglasses, I would have actually did this frame landscape so that you would have had the strings a lot longer, and you would have probably been able to put a lot more glasses on there. But I mean, I have a lot of sunglasses, but not that many. So we went ahead and did it with the portrait style frame, and I think I'm gonna get a pretty good, decent amount of room for all of my sunglasses. I actually could picture it, so I think that it is going to work perfectly for that. So this is all we're doing right here, guys. Like I said, I'm using a staple gun. You guys could go ahead and use a staple gun as well, but if you don't have it, go ahead and just use a thumbtack to secure that little string down. Put that little bad boy down so it doesn't go anywhere. And just have in mind, guys, that these projects, you guys are making them so you can always alter it later on if you feel like doing so. For instance, we are going to put bling on this frame. Jesse, at the very end of it, kind of did not like how it looked with the bling. I'm gonna leave it for a while. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna leave it, but somewhere along the line, I'll probably just change it up, and I'll just take off the bling and just leave the frame the way it is. That was hot glue gun, you guys. It's super easy to take that off. And the same goes for the string that I'm using to hold the glasses up. You can go ahead and use this plastic. We all know that plastic stretches after a certain, amount of tugging and the weight of the glasses and stuff like that. So most likely we're probably going to have to redo these strings. At that point, if you guys don't want to go ahead and continue going with the plastic little shoelace looking thing that we're using, you could go ahead and use some twine or anything that's a little bit more stronger and that will not stretch. I mean, I just wanted it to look clear so that you couldn't really see anything there, which I really, really, really love the look. So this is the frame. This is the way I kind of liked it. I don't know why I added, excuse me, I don't even know why I added bling. I think sometimes Jesse just loves too much damn bling that he'd be putting bling on everything. Boo boo, you need to stop. You really need to stop with all that bling. Everything does not need to have bling. But, you know. So we went ahead and we did that. Some of these parts you guys can't really see it because either it is out of camera because this frame was really, really, really large. And I had my camera as high as it possibly can. And so it didn't really take the whole entire picture. I mean, the whole entire video. But just know that this is the part where I'm just adding bling on the very corners and I'm adding bling in the inside. And so basically at the end of the story, we ended up adding bling just on the outline of the frame, just to outline the frame. But you guys could go ahead and skip this part. You guys don't have to do that. If you guys do like the bling, then go ahead and add it. If you don't, then don't. It's not something that you have to do, my little crafty monsters. But it kind of did add a little something to the frame. It really, really did. But the reason why I kind of didn't like it was because this bling, I actually purchased it from Walmart. And I don't know if you could tell, but some of these blings, you know how they automatically put them onto the little sticky sticker part and it's just like one whole strip. Well, some of these blings were not completely straight. Some of them on that little sticker strip were already kind of off a little bit. So when I actually put it onto the frame, it kind of made the frame look like the little bling was, you know, kind of like wavy, sort of like I didn't have a really steady hand or I couldn't really put them straight. But it wasn't that I couldn't put them straight. It was that that's the way the bling was already on that strip. So that was one of the reasons why I also didn't like the way it came out. But like I said, I'm going to leave it for a while. And then once I get tired of it, then I'm just going to go ahead and just take it off and redo it. Because that's the beauty about doing craft projects, is that you can always repaint them and redo them. Like nothing is that serious, guys. So right here, I'm just adding a little bit of glue because we all know that that little sticky part strip that these blings come with is not going to be strong enough to actually sustain them onto this frame, which is probably what I should have done if at some point I was going to take them off. But anywho, so this is the part where I'm just going to go ahead and just add all of these little blings. I'm not going to continue rambling, my little crafty monsters. I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys listen to some music while we do this. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Welcome back, my little crafty monsters. So see, this is the part where I'm adding the bling to the outer part of the frame. Now, like I said, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, but Jesse's really not that satisfied with it. So these little bad boys are gonna eventually come off of this frame, and we're just gonna go ahead and leave it that, you know, the ink chalk wavery color and a little bit of that distressed look on that. So basically this part is a part I probably should have skipped. So anyway, this was the little sunglass organizer. I hope you guys go and upcycle a frame and try this. And that's it, my little crafty monsters. Let's see you on the flip side. Back, my little crafty monsters. That's how easy it was to make this little bad boy right here. It is hanging on our wall now, so it looks super duper adorable. See how all the sunglasses are just organized on it? Really super cool. I actually, or how they say, super cool. And so I actually think that it looks okay white. I mean, it's not a color that I should have done for my bedroom, but then again, guess what, guys? We could always repaint this, right? I mean, this is not a permanent thing. That's the beauty about painting stuff, is that you can always go ahead, turn around and paint it. So anywho, my little crafty monsters, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope you guys try this little project out. If you guys have a lot of sunglasses and don't have nowhere to put them, this is the perfect organizer. I know you guys have seen them everywhere, but I mean, like, it's time for you guys to make one yourselves, boo-boo. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that little icon. It's a picture of moi, and we become BFFFFFs, because I know you want to be my BF, boo-boo. BF is good, but BFFFF is even better. So go ahead and do that. Give us a thumbs up, like the video, because that will help our channel grow. We do need to grow. God knows we need to grow. And go ahead, share it, tell a friend, because your friends also need to know how fabulous these tutorials are. And that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. Until next time.